everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Thursday, May 14th, also known as Friday Eve. So glad to have you with us today. And folks, we are halfway through the month, just about. Courtney, can you believe it?
I cannot believe it. It is really incredible. I'm just counting down the days when I don't have to homeschool anymore. I'm going to be honest. I was talking about that today on Facebook.
I'm not sure if the viewers can hear you, but I certainly can't. Oh, yeah?
Oh. You can't.
Someone switch over my IFB so I can actually hear Courtney. You know, it's funny. Every day, sorry to interrupt, Courtney, I can see your beautiful face. It's like, we just have issues every day, don't we? It just happens, right? I promise this is not our first day. Oh, now I can hear you. Okay, a minute into the show, and I can hear you. That's a good sign. So as you were saying, I didn't hear a word. I saw a lot of this. I don't know. But I didn't hear any of this.
I know. You know what? It really wasn't important. But you know what? I do want to share something with you because I know that you guys have been cleaning out and decluttering and doing all kinds of fun things. And I found something. So today is Thursday. So I figured, you know, a throwback Thursday. You ready for it?
Okay, yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Ooh, that is some great news lady hair right there. Is that mounted like on an acrylic board or something? What do you do with that?
It's glass, y'all. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah, it's an
glass.
Acrylic. So this I know. It's acrylic, actually. It's not glass. I just upgraded the price on it.
Oh.
I mean, can you even believe this? So this was hanging in the old building of Channel 2. And it looked like Hollywood squares. Like you would walk into the reception area and it was like some were blank, some were not blank. And then when we redid it, somebody left it on my desk. I'm glad they didn't throw it away, but I found it tucked away in a box in a closet. So here we go.
Wow.
This is obviously pre-highlights.
I think it looks very nice, and perhaps you should consider going back to that look. It seems like it would be very convenient because you just have to pick up your hair and put it on every day, right? Like a helmet.
I mean, listen, it didn't move.
You know
what's funny about this whole transition is, you know, back in the day, very serious, right? I mean, like, you know, we're talking about doom and gloom, anchoring, morning show. There's not a lot of time to be as, you know, real and raw as we are, Derek, every day. And somebody made a comment on social media about something, you know, oh, wow, I remember watching you, you know, back on the news desk, and you were always so serious. And I said, well, I mean, you know, when you're talking about death, destruction, things blowing up, people missing, people dying, I mean, it's kind of hard to like be laughing about it. So, you know, again, we are happy that you guys are with us during this time. We know many of you are struggling, and we're thrilled that you're with us for this short time to just kind of laugh and let loose a little bit, right? And find your inner news anchor girl.
Find your inner news lady. I've been searching for mine for years. I know she's in there somewhere. Maybe one day I'll find her. I, like you, I have a lot of very interesting old, I mean, at the time, it's a great photo of you. It is. It's just interesting how perspective changes. And last night, truly, we did not plan this. I had no idea you were going to show that photo just now. Sadly, I don't have a great photo to show you, but I did last night. I have this Sterilite container, this big sort of bin that I have old keepsakes, right? Old awards or, you know, just stuff that I don't want out, but it's just there, old photos and stuff. And we are in spring cleaning mode like you wouldn't believe. So whether it's clothing or old papers or whatever, and there are things that when I moved here from LA, everything sort of happened very quickly. And I'm pretty sure that I just took some of my drawers and pulled them out and dumped them into a box and just kept going and like, I gotta get out. Like, I gotta get to the mall. Just ship my stuff to me there in Houston. And last night, I was
the mall was calling.
Yeah, and right now, I'm not kidding. Once again, my trunk is full of stuff, right, that I'm going to drop off at the thrift store. I also have all of these old tax filings and stuff that I'm going to shred. But I was going through all of these old notes and cards, letters from old boyfriends and stuff, and I was thinking, why do I still have this, right? Why have I been carting it around? It's just taking up space. But I wanted to read to you a very nice little postcard I got. Courtney, I know your monitor at home is on a delay, but this is a postcard I got from Aruba. Oh my goodness. And the note on the back, again, this is just one of many things I have been carting around for years, right? Dare.
I am amazed, first of all, that we are on the same page. We are always on the same wavelength. This is so crazy.
Less is more, right? We're trying to get rid of as much as possible. So this is how the letter reads. Dare. Just a quick note to say hi. Aruba is amazing. I'm completely in love with this island. Definitely not wanting to come home. Taking lots of pics. Excited to share them with you. Hope you are well. Love, Katie. Who's Katie? Who the heck is Katie? Clearly someone who's close enough to call me Dare. Secondly, has my former address in West Hollywood, California, and I just thought, oh my gosh, why are we holding on to all this stuff we don't need or want, right? So we have a new rule, and I know you're probably gonna laugh at me when I say this, Courtney, but we're just gonna try to just stop buying stuff, right? We all have enough clothes, we all have enough junk sitting in our closets that we don't need or want, and every time I put something in the bag for charity, I think, well, that was 50 bucks on something that I never used. Well, that was 100 bucks. Well, that was 10 bucks. That, even 5 bucks here and there. It adds up. And I don't know. I just think that for so long, we've all been in this cycle of like buy, 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 right? And other than food and toilet paper, what do we all really need, right? I mean, I feel like that was my big takeaway from this whole COVID thing.
Right. Right. And I hear you, but I will tell you something about the postcards and letters and things like that. Remember my mom in the end of February, and she sold our childhood home that we grew up in. And so when I was going through boxes of her photos and all these things, well, I found all these love letters that she received, and from people, because she worked for the airlines, and so she did all these tours, and men would write her on these vacations that she booked for them. Can't wait to see you, when I get back. Do you know, I loved reading all of those, and I took them. So they are now with me because I felt like that was a piece of her that I didn't know about. And I couldn't let it go. She didn't want it, and I said, oh, I'm taking it. And so I need to get some sort of box or something. It's nice to go down memory lane, maybe not keep everything, but how funny is that postcard? You can't throw that away, because we just have to like cheers to Katie. Maybe we can find her, figure out who she is.
No.
I don't know, but I'm kind of loving it.
No, the postcard is going away. It's going in the recycle bin as soon as the show is over today. I agree with you. There are times when, even if in the moment it seems like maybe it's insignificant, our lives are a journal, right? I mean, the things that we write down, the photos that we take, even posting things to Instagram. One of the reasons why I do that is because I like looking back through and saying, oh my gosh, yeah, my mom and I, we took this trip together and we did that. And so I think keeping this sort of journaled life is, you can learn something from looking back. The other thing, though, that I think about looking back on a postcard from Katie, who I don't even remember. Sorry, Katie, you're out there somewhere. I'm sure you're a very nice person, and we were friends at some point. It's just things. Your perspective changes without you're even realizing it, right? So, and it's not to diminish what people are going through in high school or in early adulthood or really any phase of their life, but it's just interesting how when you're in the middle of something, like especially when you're in the middle of a hard time, you just feel like this is your world and this is the only moment that you will ever experience in your life. And it's kind of a nice reminder when we look back on things like, oh yeah, like I did get through that bad relationship, or I did get through that semi-mediocre friendship with Katie, who I don't remember. I don't know. I mean, it's just interesting how perspective slowly changes over time, right?
It is. And I feel, and we have talked about this before, that the hard time feels like it's the end, and it's very difficult to get through. But I would say that the next chapter is even better. And when you do reflect back and think, wow, at that moment, I didn't think I was going to get through it. And then once you are through it, you look back, you realize how you've grown, what you did to get through all these things. And I do feel like the social distancing, the quarantining has really put into play and perspective of what's important. You're right. The overbuying, the ability to just add to cart, as I like to say, hashtag add to cart. And that's one of the funny things that we have on social media today. Right before the show, on our Facebook page, we asked people, like, what's some of the craziest stuff that you've bought, you know, just maybe for some retail therapy. I don't know if you had a chance to go through some of these comments, but they are hilarious. Some of the things that people bought. I saw one of my friends bought like the tiny hands, you know, the mini hands. Somebody else bought this like contraption that you wear around your neck, and then it has two fans, but then the fans light up. I'm not sure when we're ever going to
Wow.
need that. But I mean, you know, you're kind of like in this mode of like, I mean, I'm going to need that one day.
Yeah, maybe so. I've seen a couple of videos online where they put these tiny hands on their index fingers and then they do like a makeup tutorial almost with like Barbie hands. It's so bizarre. Or they're making little tiny food, like an egg that's miniature. I should clarify too that we are still buying things for other people. We love giving gifts, right? And we are a big fan of getting out and supporting small businesses. So before you all send me hate mail about not buying anything, don't worry, we still are out. We have our favorites and we're always learning about new small businesses right here on Houston Life. But in terms of our own stuff, don't send us any gifts, don't send us anything, don't buy anything. We don't want anything at home. In going through my weird shopping list, my Amazon list, I was looking at all of the Joe exotic wigs that we purchased when Joe made a visit to Houston Life last week or the week before, whenever that was. And I had to order multiple Joe Exotic wigs because everything was so back ordered and shipping was so delayed that just in case...
Unclear, right?
Yeah, just in case I had to have backup mullets. Or Joe had to have backup mullets. And for those of you who are playing bingo with us later today, you might see one or two of those mullets. I'm just saying. That's a little tease. What was your weird hashtag add to cart?
I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I did anything, I bought anything strange. I just, I bought some new cereal bowl. This is not very exciting. I bought some new cereal bowls for the kids because I realized like that we still had these like plastic toddler bowls. My kids are almost 13 and 9, so I figured it's time to upgrade. You know, just because. And even Connor said, oh, wow, finally real cereal bowls? And I was like, I know, it's kind of weird, but it just wasn't important. So you know, I did that. I don't think there was really anything like obscure that I bought, but who knows? Maybe, I did buy like those metal straws, you know? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, reducing your single-use plastic. That's a big deal.
Exactly. So, because, well, I have one here, because I don't want to get lipstick all over my stuff.
How do you clean it, though? You stick it in the dishwasher?
The shaker. It comes with a little cleaning device, a little bristle, a brush, and you take the top part off and soak it and wash it and...
It sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of work. Well, if you find anything interesting in your shopping carts, let us know. But from here on out, we're trying to keep ours empty. Hey, we got a fun surprise. Yesterday, we got an email from one of our viewers. Her name is Crystal. And the topic of the email said, surprise, new kitten. It's either a feel-good, she says, feel-good story or an icky story. They woke up this morning to a 5th kitten in their garage. I think we have a photo, the photo that she had emailed us, so we can share with our viewers so you can see exactly what we're talking about. Apparently, they just had a new litter of kittens at home, and when they woke up in the morning, instead of having 4 kittens, they had 5. And by 5, I mean 4 kittens plus a baby possum.
Oh, Lord.
Woo! Wait, okay, but why do you say that? Possums are such sweet. What are you doing? What's going on?
I know. My artwork is unraveling here behind me. I'm like, hang on, don't come back to me.
Too late.
But they are coming back to me.
Too late, we can see you.
I have no, like, true monitor. I know. Hang on. This amazing artwork, but it was rolled up. Hang on.
That's beautiful. I think that's your biggest artwork so far, right?
It is, for sure. And it's so cool. It's the Be Someone. We're really taken away from this possum story. I'm sorry, y'all. It just started to unravel.
It's okay, life happens.
Started to roll back up. Can we talk about the possum?
Okay, back to the possum, and we will discuss the art and the artist behind it. But this baby possum, it's so interesting how people have these reactions to possums because, folks, possums were probably here in Houston before humans were, okay? Let's be honest. So this is their home, just like ours. They're great for the ecosystem, and don't be alarmed by those sharp, scary-looking teeth. They're actually these sweet, sweet, gentle animals. They are, Courtney, right? Come on.
Well, I just remember being frightened from a possum trying to get into my mom's car, and it hissed at me, and When I see a possum, I don't like them. I'm sorry. I know somebody's going to start emailing me. I don't want to see a possum out like in my backyard. I don't want to, you know.
It's good luck. It's good luck. They're so cute. We had a possum coming through the back
gates. Possums are good luck. They're not ladybugs. Why are possums good luck?
Because they're sweet,
no, why are
misunderstood creatures. Just because we don't understand them doesn't mean they're bad.
Do you remember that one time that person was handing you a possum in studio and you were totally freaked out and she leaned in and said, "Don't put your fingers near its mouth."
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh,
that was a possum, wasn't it?
I remember that, but it was a senior possum, and she's very sweet. They bear their fangs as a sign of strength because they really have no defense, right? I mean, they can't really fight back. The only thing they can do is show their fangs. And this was a blind senior possum, and we had a wildlife organization right here on Houston Life. We were back there on the couches that we never use anymore, and one day we'll use them again. And you're so right. During the live show, she handed me this gigantic possum. It was like a 4-year-old, right? So heavy, this possum was so big, and she just leaned in, just as you said, "Keep your fingers away from its mouth." I think she was just afraid that, you know, if I spooked her, she was blind. She was afraid that, you know, if I put, whatever. I didn't want to get bitten, and I didn't get bitten. It was fine. But our photographer right here on Houston Life,
you had a bead of sweat.
I did. Suddenly I was sweating like I just had a whole vat of salsa. Paul reached out to Crystal, this woman who found the baby possum in her garage, and he was able to record, I think, some audio or video. So let's roll it.
About 2 weeks ago, we had a fresh batch of 4 kittens. And every morning while I'm waiting on my coffee to brew, I go to check on them. And there were 5. I wasn't wearing my glasses, so I had to do a double check. And I thought, wait a minute, ugly nose on that one. Mama Kitty was being very vocal, making sure that I didn't touch her new baby, which we called the stepchild, but adopted child might be more like it. But it alarmed me, but it also made me a bit proud of her.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, that is so sweet. Crystal, thank you for sharing your story and for sharing the photo with us. You have to admit, Courtney, that's adorable.
I mean, it is sweet how the mama kitten adopted the baby possum. Again, yes. I don't want a possum crossing my path. I don't. A friend of mine just sent me a text saying, "Didn't you have a possum in your backyard in the old house?" I did, and I nearly lost my lunch. I don't know how else to say that. I freaked out so bad because I thought it was one of those like nutria rats, you know, those like giant, large, ginormous rats. No, it could have been a pregnant possum. I don't know, but this thing was huge. It's their tail. Maybe they're misunderstood. I don't want to get hate mail over this possum thing. They're just freaky looking.
Like one of those things from The Princess Bride, the movie. They're not even close to being that big. And yeah, of course you had a possum in your backyard. It's Houston. There are possums everywhere, okay? So in case the viewers are wondering, the same viewers who are sending you hate mail.
I like them up high and away from me.
Well, they run over the telephone poles, but their balance is not so great, and sometimes they fall off.
They do.
Have you ever seen a fully grown possum with her babies on her back? Oh my gosh, it is the cutest thing ever.
No,
I just want to cuddle with all of
not.
them. Well, just in case you do, or if you ever, Courtney, find an orphaned,
we
injured,
know what to get you now.
Sick wild animal. No more gifts, remember? No more gifts.
We can buy you a possum.
No more gifts. I'm not accepting them, remember?
Yeah.
It's the new me. Brandon won't have it, trust me.
We're just going to leave it on your doorstep.
We're minimalists now.
On your stoop.
No, call the Wildlife Center of Texas because they know exactly what to do. If the baby possum is alone, the mother's left it, or they're sick or injured, whatever, call them. We have an article on our website, HoustonLife.tv, in case you haven't memorized that URL by now. And just click on the story link, and within that link, we have a link. Within the story, we have a link where you can connect to the Wildlife Center. So they'll know exactly what to do. And remember, possums are our friend, people. Come on. It's their land as well.
Absolutely. We're all in this world together.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's chat about today's show on that note. How about some Filipino cooking? Today's the first part of our series celebrating Asian and Pacific Islander American Heritage Month. And we're getting a lesson in Filipino cooking with one of our Houston Life producers. There she is, Olivia KOLANEK, along with her mom. They're going to teach us how to make a traditional Filipino dish. And Courtney, this is great timing. Uh-oh. The look on Olivia's face, it looks like a few of these things did not go well. Something tells me she made it through just fine. Perfect timing, though, since so many folks at home are trying new recipes. So looking forward to that.
I love this, and I love that this is a mother-daughter duo. This is so awesome. Also, guys, we're going to tell you about some apps for work and play. Some Houstonians, are continuing to work from home while others are getting ready and just ready to have something new to do. We have a tech expert on the show today helping us up our tech game with 4 apps to help you balance both work and play, and some of these are free as well.
Cool.
And coming up after the break, guys, we're going to meet the mother-daughter duo who opened a local gift shop with a heartwarming purpose. You won't want to miss this when we come back. Well, welcome back. I love this next story. And if you're looking for gifts and want to support local, there's a unique gift shop in town with a truly heartwarming story behind it.
Yeah, but even more unique than the shop is the bond between the owners of that shop, a mom and her high school-age daughter.
Hello, I'm Valerie Cassidy, and this is Ellie Cassidy, and we're mother and daughter. We're the owners of Pepperloo Gifts. Ellie goes to Stratford High School. She's in the life skills program there. We knew that college was not quite the right fit for Ellie, and she's cool with that. She has 2 brothers that are in college, but she is thrilled that we started Pepperloo just for her, and so that she has something to look forward to after she graduates and just feels a part of something, and she can continue to learn and to grow. We're hopeful that if Pepperloo continues to grow, we can have other children like Ellie here working as well. You want to share, Ellie, about yourself?
I like selling candles and like meeting the customers and stuff.
Yeah, Ellie's good with the customers. Ellie's Corner is special to Ellie. It's a lot of the items that she picks herself.
I have like Ellie's Corner. I love my corner.
They're kind of more of the fun items in the store compared to the fancy.
I love my mom. She's very funny. Like she's very caring in a lot of ways.
I'm funny and caring. That's awesome, Elle. Our customers have been incredible during this COVID-19 virus. They've been so supportive, and that's what's keeping our business going. And so we're so thankful for that.
I kind of like working here because it's like, it's really cool.
It's really cool. In April, what we did was we gave back to Kids Meal Houston. And the rest of the month of May, we're giving back to Camp Blessings, which is a camp that Ellie attended last summer that she loved, right? And unfortunately, she can't go this summer because of the virus.
Yeah.
But we understand, and so they're in need of donations right now. And so Ellie and I decided that we're going to give back to her favorite camp ever. Here's some of our unique gifts that we have here at the store. This is the Wavy Bowl by Susan Gordon. Beautiful. It has some gold edging, made just for Pepperloo. From Charleston, South Carolina, Grit and Grace. We have these really fun oyster shells. Sell really well in our store. Everyone loves them, and they come in other styles and patterns as well. And then we have the charcuterie board craze here at Pepperloo. These sell so well. We have a ton of styles and sizes, and all different prices, and we have fun little unique items that can go with the charcuterie board. These just came in, the salsa and guac. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing everyone. Say bye.
Bye.
That's our famous wave.
So cute. They really do have the best gift items, and I love their story. By the way, to connect with Valerie and Ellie, visit the Scene on Houston Life section of our website and get over there and give them some support.
Yeah, I gotta grab some gifts. We'll be right back.
Oh, welcome back. You know, this is my favorite time of the show where we get to highlight our student artists all week that make the HL signs. And this one today, it is so awesome. It has the Houston skyline, of course, the iconic Be Someone.
Oh, yeah.
And the colors. This is by 7th grader Aiden. And I love it. I love his artistic ability. And it makes me happy. It's so Houston. It's really awesome. And he's a great artist, don't you think, Derek?
He absolutely is. And I think he's going places. I think if he wants a career being an artist, he could definitely do that. Very nice. I love how earlier, too, when it was sort of coming untaped from the wall, you thought you could just sneak it right by us, Courtney. That's a great one.
I know,
That's a framer
I was like,
there.
hang on.
All right, well, KPRC Channel 2 is recognizing the class of 2020 with our senior yearbook, sponsored by Kroger. We've been sharing stories and photos of this year's senior class all month, so let's get started today with a shout out to Carson M. Carson is a senior at Seven Lakes High School in Katy. He's been in marching band for 4 years and will be going to Oklahoma State University to major in music education. And we should note he'll be following in his family's footsteps. His sister and parents are all OSU Cowboys.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. And next we have Leah W. She's graduating from Ball High School at the top 10% of her class with honors. Oh, my word. That is fantastic. She was also a part of the National Honor Society and captain of the girls' varsity track and field team. And among her many accomplishments, she won the 2020 Youth of the Year for Galveston Boys and Girls Club. She'll be heading to Howard University to major in public relations on the pre-law track. Something tells me we have not heard the last of her.
Oh,
fantastic job.
Great job, Leah. And this is CJS. He plays trumpet in the Mighty Bulldog Marching Band. CJ is very talented in engineering and computer design. During quarantine, he used a 3D printer to design and produce mask holders for medical professionals. That is a great use of his talents. Congrats, CJ.
Absolutely. Congratulations, CJ. And to all of our graduating seniors, you could be a part of our senior yearbook as well. Just visit click2houston.com and search Senior Yearbook.
And very exciting news, Courtney. This is the first time we are announcing this. Everyone who submits their picture, drum roll please, will now have a chance to win a $2,020 Kroger gift card. Get it, folks? 2020, that is a huge deal. $2,020 in the form of a Kroger gift card. A special thanks to Kroger for making KPRC Channel 2's Senior Yearbook possible. And coming up next on Houston Life, Spicing Up Mealtime, we're getting a lesson in Filipino cooking from one of our Houston Life staffers and her mom. That's next.
Well, welcome back. May is Asian and Pacific Islander American Heritage Month, and we're celebrating it with some fun and, of course, some food.
That's right. All month long, we'll be sharing some unique cooking demos featuring Houstonians, their parents, and, of course, some tasty, authentic Asian dishes. And today, Houston Life producer Olivia KOLANEK shares a classic Filipino dish she made with the help of her mom.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Olivia KOLANEK, and I'm the associate producer for Houston Life. And this is my mom.
My name is Susan, and I'm here in San Diego.
So we are doing this Zoom call so that she can teach me how to make a classic Filipino dish.
It's sinigang na hipon. A little bit sour, but it's a good dish.
Yes, it is one of my favorite dishes, and I'm terrible at cooking Filipino food. I only get it when I'm around my mom pretty much, which is not often enough. So she's going to help me make this on my own, and I'm going to try not to mess it up too bad. So
okay, good enough. Well, first off, you have to get this soup mix dish. You can get this from any Asian store.
Yeah.
And then you need onions, tomato, slices of ginger. Prepare about 6 slices of that.
Like, is that good enough?
That's the right size.
I hate cutting onions, though.
Fine now. Now you do have the pepper, right? The green pepper. Slice it like this.
My eyes are still burning from the onions. I bought 5 small taro root thingies. My whole life, you never called this taro. You always called it gabi. And it was always my favorite thing. Like, if you ever made it without gabi, I'd be like, where's the gabi? Like, this is not okay.
The stores won't know if you say gabi.
No, they won't. They think that I'm crazy.
I think they're good if you have 3 of them or 4.
I'm going to do 5 because, as I said,
you really
it's
want
my
it?
favorite part of the synagogue.
Okay, well, why don't you make it 10, 12, 1,000?
Okay, so now I have all 5 taro roots in a bowl with the
tomato, yeah. You cut the tomato in half. Yes, and you put a little water in the bowl and then microwave it for about 3 or 4 minutes, depends on your microwave. While we're doing that, the sitaw, Japanese long beans, green beans is also fine, but I use sitaw, and you cut it into like about 2 inches. 1 cup of spinach.
Your cup looks a lot bigger than my cup. This is 1 cup.
Now we're ready to put the tamarind soup mix in the water. And now you put your sliced ginger root. Put the onions also.
Slicing! Oh, I dropped onions!
What's going on, Olivia?
I'm scared. I'm scared of it.
Okay, remember the taro root. Set aside 1 piece, smash it so that it goes to the soup. It's much tastier when you have a mashed taro root there. That's one of the secrets that I've learned. This is where you also put the tomatoes, the sitaw, and put the pepper. So just stir it inside the soup.
Mm-hmm.
The last ingredients we're gonna put would be the spinach and the shrimp, because the shrimp cooks really fast.
Good quality shrimp at 99 Ranch for $4.99.
That's
a
really
pound.
Very good price. You need to cut it. It's like the hairy part, the hairy part of the shrimp. Cut it like that. I take it out.
Whiskers.
Yeah, the whiskers. See, one turns into this pinkish color like that. It's almost really done.
So at this point, once the shrimp is all pink, it's done?
Yeah.
Can you see it, Mom?
Yes, you're done. Here it is, sinigang na hipon. This is best eaten with rice.
As most Asian dishes are. Okay, let's eat. I have my rice, and then I have it here in the bowl. Does that look good?
Uh-huh, that looks really good too.
One thing is with the shrimp, you have to still peel it because of the way that we did it. It's hot.
It's hot.
You know. Ooh, I got the shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try that. Mmm.
Yummy.
You taught me good. Thanks, Mom.
Well, you're welcome anytime.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Oh, my word. Y'all, I want to go over to Olivia's mom's house.
Yeah, that looks delicious.
When this is all over with. That looks so good. I love them, and I love them cooking together. That was so awesome. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try this, too. We do have a full recipe on our website of HoustonLife.tv.
My stomach's growling after watching that. Looks delicious. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. All week long, we've been featuring topics related to Women's Health Week on the show and why it's important to keep up with your routine health exams, screenings during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Joining us now is Dr. Yesenia Blancas, an OBGYN with UT Physicians and fellow of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, with more on the precautions they've been taking to protect patients. Doctor, welcome to the show. And first of all, let's just chat about some of these precautions you're taking. And I understand that you've been hearing from some of the patients, they may be a little hesitant to go through with some of these routine appointments, but the routine appointments are really about catching serious medical issues before they become a problem, right?
Yes. Hi. Yeah, thanks for having me today. I'm so glad that we're taking time right now during National Women's Health Week just to kind of encourage women that taking care of their health is still very important, even during this time. So I just want to reassure women that when they do come to our office, that we have taken several precautions here at UT just to make sure that we're keeping them safe as well as our staff safe. When they walk in, for example, they're first getting a temperature check. If they don't have a mask on, we're providing face masks. And then they're being guided into our waiting room, which is also following social distancing right now. We're doing even more bigger efforts on keeping everything sanitized and getting our patients into private rooms as quickly as possible.
And Dr. Blancas, I know this is so important. If people have a well women's check scheduled or saying that they're going to be due for that, or a mammogram or something routine, it's important to keep those, because I think what happens is life gets in the way and all of a sudden it's 12, it's 18 months later. Even though we're going through what we are going through right now, these appointments, if you're comfortable to go, should be maintained, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Even before all of this, it was so easy just to get busy with life, with your kids, with work. And then before you know it, 2 years go by and you haven't had your mammogram that you meant to get done. So this is a good time to just take this time to make time for yourself and make those appointments that are so important, because things can be prevented. And even if we catch things early on, it's much easier to treat them before we wait for the disease to get more advanced.
And doctor, obviously family planning is a very personal process for folks, and for people out there who may have considered starting a family or adding to their family, what are the things they really should be keeping in mind during this time?
So I would encourage patients to make a visit with their OBGYN right now for a preconception visit. At those visits, we'll focus on their health care at that moment and make sure that they are taking the proper medications and prenatals that they need to be doing. And obviously also talking about the COVID-19. The good thing is that right now we don't believe that there's any higher risk to our pregnant moms when pregnant, and that there has not been any signs of an in utero transmission to the baby, and even during delivery. However, obviously after the newborn is delivered, there is that chance of the baby being exposed in case families are not taking the proper precautions.
And these are all really great points to remember, too, that all of these things are happening. And if you have questions, you have telemedicine, there's a way to communicate with your doctor without actually going in. But if you do have that appointment, how can we expect that to be different today?
So the biggest difference probably is that, well, we are still allowing patients to do telemedicine if they're more comfortable with that. But in the office, so many times for those visits, you want to come in with your significant other or with your family. And so the main difference is that we are only limiting that appointment to the patient by themselves in order to be able to continue practicing social distancing and keeping everybody in the office safe, as well as our patients.
Doctor, the CDC has said that pregnant women have the same risk of contracting COVID-19 as any other adult. But so for someone out there, and I know there's new information every single day, if someone is currently pregnant, what are the things they need to keep in mind to protect themselves?
They need to do the exact same thing that everybody else is doing, doing a lot of good hand washing, wearing face masks when going out in public, trying to perform as much social distancing as possible. But as of right now, we don't suspect that our pregnant moms are at any higher risk. However, if you do happen to be pregnant and have multiple medical issues such as heart disease or diabetes, you might be at a slightly higher risk of having more significant complications with the virus in case you do become ill with it.
And what about for those who are delivering during this time, too, when we're talking about, I think it's important to mention breastfeeding, because for a lot of moms, this is very important to them, and this can still be done.
Correct. As long as moms are practicing hand hygiene, and if they're worried that they might be having symptoms, getting seen by their doctor immediately, just to decrease that risk of infecting their newborn.
And doctor, we're just about out of time, but I'm seeing here on my notes, UT physicians providing multi-specialty care, 2,000 clinicians certified in more than 80 medical specialties. I mean, I feel like one of the big takeaways here is that in addition to a pregnancy or potential pregnancy, if someone is needing care, not just routine prevention, but urgent medical care, this is not the time to be putting that off, correct?
Correct. So if you're already about to get an evaluation for something going on, or even getting scheduled for surgery, right now is the time to continue making those appointments, so then your doctors can still continue to take good care of you.
Dr. Yosemite Blancas, thanks so much for joining us from UT Physicians. We appreciate the insight and the conversation today. And to learn more, you can visit their website at utphysicians.com, or you can simply call 888-4UT-DOCS. That's DOCS, and we'll be right back. Well, welcome back. You know, some Houstonians are continuing to work from home for the rest of the month here, and while others just are ready to have something new to do, something new to tackle.
Yeah, change of scenery, if you will, right? Tech expert Nick Wolny is here to help us step up our tech game with 4 apps to help us balance work and play. Nick, it is great to see you there from home. In the first apps, these obviously we know what Instagram is, right? But it has increased functionality and House Party. So break it all down for us.
Sure. Well, a lot of people are experiencing Zoom fatigue, right? We're now coming up on 60 days of being in quarantine. And when it comes to keeping in touch with friends and family, people are looking for some sort of an alternative that doesn't feel like work. And so House Party it's almost like if AOL Instant Messenger and FaceTime had a baby, right? You can have up to 8 people on a video chat at once. And what is also great is that House Party has games embedded into the platform. It has a game called Quick Draw, which is kind of like Pictionary. There are a few other games. So if you're wanting to connect with your loved ones over video, and you want some sort of just more casual experience, then House Party can be a great option for that. Instagram has also rolled out new features called co-watching, in which multiple people can engage in looking at each other's feeds and interacting on video at once.
Interesting.
I love that. And you also say that this is a free app too, so that's great. No money is going to come out of our pocket for that one. I think it's really interesting. I've heard a lot of people talking about House Party. Let's talk about this next one, Nick. And this is Google Cardboard app. Is it virtual reality?
Yeah, so a lot of people, when they hear virtual reality, they think about these fancy, clunky headsets that are hundreds of dollars, right? What many people don't realize is that there are VR apps that you can look at on your smartphone. And what you do is you get what is called a cardboard viewer. So it's very, very simple. It's very inexpensive. This one was about $10. And it is literally a few pieces of cardboard, but it also has the domed lenses, which are key for virtual reality. So in this cardboard viewer, I can actually take my phone, I can put my phone into this, Velcro it in, and then I can download some of these different VR apps and have a 360-degree experience from the comfort of my smartphone, which is pretty cool.
Huh? And where do you just order the cardboard online? Like, how do you get that actual, cardboard slip?
Yep, this model is from Google themselves. There are quite a few models, though. These entry-level VR cardboard devices are often used in schools, things like that. But as a consumer, you can get one from the range of $5 to $15. And we just had this shipped recently. It will ship to your home in just a few days' time.
Wow, $5 to $15. That sure beats a few $100. Let's talk about focusing. This app called Focus Booster. And this is something I think a lot of people are trying to set boundaries at home, right? Because when you're working from home, sometimes you feel like you can never shut the work off. Your phone, your computer, your laptop, iPad, whatever it is. And this app, Nick, you say can help us sort of take a break from all of that.
Right. Well, what's great about Focus Booster and many other apps that you can put on your desktop if you are working from home and looking to get those boundaries put in place is that it can allow time tracking. It can allow you to really measure your productivity. And what I find most helpful for me personally is that you can blur out other apps that you may start to get tempted to look at if you want a distraction, if you're craving a distraction, right? Exactly. So that's what's nice is when it comes to Focus Booster, having something that allows you to almost have like a time card, a punch card. You clock in, you clock out, you can be more productive, and then you can shut it down for the day when it's time to shut it down.
Oh, that's great. And you say that one is also a free app too. We love that. Okay, so from our kids to us, our kids are doing homeschooling. These are all on devices, whatever the devices that you're able to use. And we know about blue light. It's bad for us. It kind of disrupts sleep patterns. So this next app kind of helps us avoid that blue light at the wrong time of the day.
Yeah, it's a great app. I use it personally. It's called FLUX, and it is an app that you can install on your desktop or your laptop. I know many people are experiencing with having their kids at home that they're taking care of their kids, they're working with their kids during the day, and as a result, a lot of their work is starting to bleed into the late afternoon, even bleeding into the evenings. And so we're looking at our desktop computers or laptops at hours that we don't normally do that. FLUX will block the blue light from your screen, and it moves with the amount of daylight that is actually outside. So after the sun sets, it begins to orange out your screen over time. And what's great about that is it will help you fall asleep more easily at night, because blue light, your body thinks it's like sunlight. And so if you're looking at screens late at night, it can be more difficult to fall asleep. So this will help you get back on track.
Yeah, and it's so true. Like when you look at the screen time on your phones, Courtney, I know you and I have chatted about this before. It seems like those numbers, Nick, are just out of control. We're spending more time than ever before on our phones. Nick Wolny, thank you so much for your time. It's great to see you there at home. Hopefully one day soon we will all be back together in Studio B. But in the meantime, we appreciate all the advice.
Sounds good to me. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Nick. And by the way, to connect with Nick, just visit the Scene on Houston Life section of our website.
We'll be right back. Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, we're catching up with our friend Maria Menounos. Maria will be on the red carpet this weekend interviewing a different kind of celebrity, dogs. The Beverly Hills Dog Show is happening Sunday on NBC. Maria will preview the event for us, and we'll find out why this event is so close to her heart.
I love it. Also, we're going to announce this week's winner of Wingstop $50 gift card. We've been asking you to show us how you're winging it at home during social distancing by submitting your photos on our website. So good stuff. I can't wait to see that Maria Menounos interview. I know you've known her for a very long time, Derek.
Yeah, we were trying to do the math. I think it's 20 years. I think we met summer of 2020. So she's an old friend. We used to work together. It'll be great to catch up. But in the meantime, keep those umbrellas handy. And I don't know, seems like margarita weather to me. What do you think, Courtney?
I mean, isn't it always?
True. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.